Are you actually gonna wear that?
Hey guys!
Hey Amber.
They saw my tum-tum!
She's acting like she's hot shit. Just
Her face brings out the rage in me.
That ass, though.
You're lol cows. That's what you guys do.
calories shouldn't matter.
Hey folks, what's good? I am your Game Master Deets, and today we are reviewing the results of the latest edition of the Gorl Games, the Krystle Era quiz. First off, I just wanted to thank those of you who did take the quiz. I know it's a little cumbersome going off YouTube and onto a whole other platform to take this quiz, and it can be a little bit annoying, and I get that. So I just wanted to appreciate those of you who went through the trouble to take the quiz. It's really exciting for me to see how many people are actually participating, and more of you are doing so with each new edition of the Gorl Games. And secondly, I also want to acknowledge that the Gorl Games are a little bit lighthearted, and maybe sometimes they feel a little overly lighthearted when it comes to the subject at hand, right? Amberlynn Reid is a problematic person. She's highly toxic and has done really terrible things to a lot of different people. But I use the Gorl Games as a way to really just start the conversation about those. It's not just about having fun. It is a tool that I like to use to start a discussion about really tough topics. So with that being said, let's dive into the results of the Krystle Era quiz. And first, let's set the scene. The Krystle Era is perhaps one of the hardest eras to watch, in my opinion. Or at least it's tied with the Beck era. It's close. They're really both difficult to watch. While I'm not a doctor and I can't diagnose anybody, it seems to me from where I sit that Amberlynn is quite obviously a narcissist. And at this time in her life, she hadn't quite honed her ability to mask her narcissism. I mean, don't get me wrong, she fooled a lot of people and continues to do so to this day. Even though she was masking as a shy, soft-spoken person, every now and then, and more often than she realized, she let her true self shine through. Amber lived in that house her whole life, being funded by Krystle's parents. You know, she had no job. She wasn't expected to get one. At least that's what she said.
You guys don't think I'm some like lazy bum or something.
And they did nothing all day long, you know, nothing of substance.
Yeah, sure. I got one last crumb.
They would just play games, play board games and video games. They would watch TV and movies. They would color and play with stuffed animals. And oh man, the sheer amount of Krystle's parents' money that she spent is unreal. You know, she said that she got a monthly stipend, basically, an allowance, if you will. And they spent it on their groceries, but also just on cheap crap, like really bad body sprays and phone cases and really inexpensive jewelry. She was 22, 23 years old when she was filming. And I constantly have to remind myself of that when I'm watching this era, because she acts like she's 15 so well that I forget she is a full-grown adult.
Damn it! I was hoping you were on the toilet.
And not only did she act like a child, but she was also a bully.
Krystle, are you singing One Direction?
Right, she was controlling and toxic towards Krystle.
Are you recording right now?
Is it recording?
No.
So back in the day, whole life.
And really just mean to Krystle for simply existing, and then would gaslight her by saying, "Oh, isn't she cute?" or "I'm just kidding."
So she tries to like scare them. So she's like, "No! No, I'm joking." Okay.
Classically toxic crap. I mean, take a look at this clip.
I legit gently, like just gently watch. Hi, Krystle. And she'll be like, "Ow."
I will not do it gently, but that's what you want to say.
The joy in Amber's eyes when she's mocking Krystle after she hurt her physically, it's truly vile. No, really, look closely. Just look at Amber's eyes. This is one of those moments I'm talking about where she really showed her true self.
And then when I get upset about something, I don't know how to control my emotions.
There's a word for the way she treated Krystle. But today is not meant to be a deep dive into the Krystle Era. So we are here instead to take a look at the results of the Gorl Games quiz. And be sure to stick around after the results section because I did, once again, put together a watch list for you. And it's based on where I found the answers for this quiz. And speaking of, you're actually going to see a bunch of clips from the angle in this one. I have been watching the Krystle Era through the ankles, Big Cherry Retro Reacts, for the most part. Not all of it, but I've really been enjoying Jordan. He's really funny, he's very insightful, and he's got a great laugh. So definitely gonna get to see a little bit of his commentary. Question number 1. And this one I did get from the ankle. When Krystle got a new car, we found out what she named it during a driving lesson. What was her car's name? Now, I had 4 options here, all starting with J, just to try and trip you up a little bit. We had Jeffrey, Jerai, Jelly, or Joseph. Let's take a look at the clip and see which one it was.
That's the name of the car. A car Caroline.
She chose the Jelly, the Jetta. Jelly's the Jetta.
Jelly the Jetta.
Why you say it like that, girl?
Amber is so condescending. I don't know why she even had to be rude about what Krystle named her car. But that is beside the point. She did choose Jelly. So only, it looks like 15.6% of you got that one correct. Let's go on to question number 2. After making Krystle sell a bunch of her video games in order to purchase Just Dance, Amber filmed a dance workout she titled Fat Girl Dancing. What song did she dance to? Now, I've seen this clip quite a few times in different reaction channels, but without the sound. So I actually didn't know what song it was until I saw it here. So I had 4 options on this one. Just Dance by Lady Gaga, Ghostbusters by Ray Parker Jr., Starships by Nicki Minaj, or Applause, once again by Lady Gaga. Let's see what it was.
She really getting in there. I'm just noticing Monkey fucking slouched out on the couch. Oh, he's just enjoying the sun. Maybe getting a little seasick. Get a girl.
What did she say that time? I think she actually had said at one point that she wanted to make dance into her career. I guess this was her opening act. And yes, it was to Applause by Lady Gaga. Moving on to question 3. In Amber's second Q&A asking Amberlynn, she asked viewers to submit questions in the comments of one of her videos. She received quite a few questions from the user XGaraX. Who was that user? The options I gave were her own sock account, Krystle, her first hater, or Aunt Tammy. And honestly, it could be any one of those 4. And it looked like it was pretty evenly split amongst them. Let's first see Amber introduce the segment to us real quick.
I think I'm going to call it Asking Amberlynn. So, in the comments down below, ask me anything you want. There is nothing off limits. I will answer every single question in my comments.
Can you imagine the questions she would get today if she did it this way still? Like, if she promised to answer every single question and all of the questions were in a public forum. Nowadays, she collects questions on her Instagram stories, so nobody actually sees all the questions and she can cherry pick the ones she wants to answer. That way, she doesn't have to answer any questions that she doesn't want to.
Okay, so this person asked quite a few.
Lord.
Xgora X.
As for the answer to the question, our first clue was that Xgar X was actually a reference to one of Krystle's favorite anime characters. Now, Krystle actually had the same tattoo that the character had. Plus, the questions themselves, they were just really personal.
Do you like Weight Watcher snacks or Skinny Cow snacks better? They also asked, what are 3 things you would want to do for you and your girlfriend's next anniversary? So for me and my girlfriend's next anniversary, it'll be our 3-year anniversary.
A quick search on the username brings up a present day profile. It still exists. And the profile that exists has a picture of Krystle on it. So it became pretty clear that the answer here is Krystle. Xgar X was in fact her girlfriend. Something tells me that Amber wasn't getting all the questions she was hoping to get, so she basically wrote all the questions herself and asked Krystle to then put them as comments on her video. While I was researching my last video about Capstone 1892, the original hater, I actually came across another comment by Xgara X on a different video entirely. And this time we got a full confirmation that it was Krystle. Check this out. I guess Amberlynn had been talking about, being boring in one of her vlogs, and Krystle popped into her comments to just, pump her up a little bit and say, no, you're not boring, don't worry. Anyway, mystery solved. Xgara X was and still is Krystle's account. Next question. When Amber was preparing to move out and start her Destiny era, she once again reflected on the time she lost her infamous 89 lbs. She told us what she claimed was her lowest weight ever. What was it? Now, I actually found this one when I was watching a couple of videos from Busy Little Bee. You should go check her out as well.
I decided to participate in Throwback Thursday, and I posted a picture on Instagram. I'll show you guys the picture right now.
Who is that? That's that's still a really big girl, but that's probably the smallest we've ever seen Amber.
That was when I weighed my lowest weight I ever weighed, which was 331 pounds.
Imagine your lowest weight being 331 pounds, bro.
Since then, I have gained all my weight back. That was 2 years ago. It's very devastating to me. I felt absolutely amazing when I was that weight. I really don't know what happened, and it really hurts to see that, and I hope one day I can get to that point again.
I don't understand how Amberlynn can say something like, I'm not sure what happened, but again, that is beside the point. We do have our answer, and it is 331 pounds. Next question, and this one, I'm not gonna lie, I did not like the photo that comes along with this one, but I had to include it simply for that reason. It's kind of disturbing. The question was, Amber and Krystle went to a Halloween party that was a charity event for a foundation for dogs. What did they dress up as? The options were dogs, babies, cats, or pumpkins. And 63.6% of you thought it was cats. And the next most popular answer was babies. Let's go to the ankle and find out what the answer was, shall we?
So, the only Halloween party you got invited to was like a charity event? Girl. Ooh.
And I will put a photo after this clip of us in our costumes.
Oh God, let's see this. Ew. Ew. That's so fucking creepy. That's so fucking creepy, dude. What the fuck? What did I stumble into? This is definitely some weird kink thing for Amber.
I'm not gonna lie, that picture is very creepy and I hate it. But at the same time, it's also just kind of perfect, I feel like they were just dressing up exactly as they were. These two people may have been adults, but they acted like children all of the time. They were being taken care of by Krystle's parents. They were babies. They were being babied. Here we are, as much as I hate it. All right, the next question, a little bit tricky, but it was in one of Ambi's 2014 Ask FM answers. She told us the times she would go to sleep and wake up. What were they? This was another tough one for y'all. It's pretty evenly split amongst the options. Looks like most people did guess that it was the last one, that they went to bed at 5 a.m. and would wake up at 2 p.m. Let's go to the ankle once again. And this time around, because it was an Ask FM written answer, you are going to get to hear Jordan's Amberlynn voice, which I swear it sends me every time. So here we go.
What is your daily routine? My alarm goes off at 2 p.m., so that's when I wake up. I fall asleep at 5 a.m., so that explains that.
Dad, should we leave the air on for Amber? She'll be fine.
I am convinced that she would go to bed that late so that she would have time in the kitchen to binge every single night. You know, she could get access to the food without anybody watching. Yeah, then they would just sleep their day away, wake up at 2 p.m., and, you know, start playing games. Speaking of late night binges, let's get to the next question. In the infamous story when Amber blamed the pets for eating a bunch of food one night, what did Monkey eat? Now, I actually got this one from a video on Beanbag and a Curry's channel. They did an amazing job, not just putting this clip together, but then like doing a little animation that goes along with it. So let's have a look.
I just woke up to hell. Actually, my girlfriend woke up to hell first. She's always like done with her morning routine before I am. So she'll come downstairs and start doing a few chores. And I'll be upstairs, like, gonna meet her downstairs in, like, 5 minutes. So, she texted me, she's like, a lot of bad stuff happened down here, and I'm just like, oh my god, what was it, like? So it turns out, we don't really know how it happened, but we're guessing our cat Smokey went up on our cabinet and threw down a bunch of bags for our dog Monkey to get. That makes sense, but he also got our fruit, like, bowl thing, like, fruit holder. How the hell did that happen? Like, this has never happened before. So, Monkey, our dog, he ate, are you ready for this? 3 full bananas with the peels on. He ate the peels and the banana, all 3. So you think that's bad. My girlfriend's mom yesterday went to the grocery store for herself and got these like caramel rice cakes. I'm sure all of you know what those are. They're like circles, like yay big. The bag had never been opened. He ate every single one. Her mom also bought the, I'm sure you guys know what like Chex Mix is. I guess there was like a new kind. It was like hot and spicy sriracha. Monkey ate the whole bag. I really hope I don't get any hate from this because animals will have a mind of their own. Oh, Monkey. Shame, shame, shame.
So, we have our answer. And most of you actually got it right. At 87.9% of you guessed 3 full bananas with the peels, an entire bag of rice cakes, and an entire bag of Chex Mix. And I do wonder if it's true or not. Amber has proven over the years that she is able to lie on the spot.
But the truth is, I think the squats are hurting my back again. Last night I felt a little bit of pain and I'm like, no, like I can't go through this again.
And, you know, whether or not she's a good actor, that's subjective. Was it Monkey? Or was it Amberlynn? Now, this next question was a tough one, and it's definitely a deep cut, but I wanted to see just how much information y'all knew. The question was, during the Krystle Era, Ambi claimed that she was writing a book. At the time, she told us how many pages she'd already written. How many pages was it? Let's find out from the ankle.
Girl, you got more luck becoming a fucking YouTuber than a writer.
always really what I've wanted to do. I'm actually writing a book. I've been writing it for years. I have like not touched it in a very long time. But
why don't we start that back up, Amber, huh? If Amber released a book, dude, oh my god, we would definitely do like a book club. Oh, 1,000%, right, guys?
it's a very long book. I'm already on page 200.
Is this the WhatsApp story that you stole from Casey?
Actually, like 212. And
Oh my god, you're just so incredible. Are there pictures?
All right, all right. It was a little bit of a trick question because Amber did say 200 at first, but then corrected herself and said that it was 212. Now, I don't actually know if that book ever came up again. Man, let me know if anybody knows that. Did she ever talk about this book again, or have I just not seen it yet? I don't know. But anyway, she apparently wrote 212 pages of some unknown book. Whatever you say, Amber. Next question. Amber was first introduced to Banks in 2014. We know this because she recommended the song Waiting Game in one of her Song of the Day segments. And she told us where she first heard it. Where was it? And again, I think I gave options that were pretty much equally plausible, right? We have Krystle played it. She heard it in a restaurant, in a commercial, or while grocery shopping. I mean, those are basically all the things she does, right? So it could be any of those, but let's find out from the source.
Oh my god, Banks. Damn. She really do be fucking with her like that.
it's called Waiting Game by Banks. I actually heard this song on a Victoria's Secret commercial. And I kept hearing it, and I'm like, what is that song? Like, I was, like, falling in love with it or something. So I kept trying to, like, find it, which was really hard for some reason. And when I found it, I had to download it. I really, 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 really like it. I have no idea who this person is.
Oh. So this is the first introduction. Interesting.
Or anything like that. It's a female. And I don't know, it's just a really pretty song. I like how it sounds. It might be a song from a different country.
Girl, what?
Because near the name Banks is also the name London. So I'm not.
There you have it. She heard it in a commercial, and more specifically in a Victoria's Secret commercial. I don't know what her train of thought was on the rest of that, but it's Amberlynn, so does anybody really ever understand? All right, let's get to the last question, shall we? In 2014, Amber told the infamous story about how she was once on a dance team. In it, she continuously mispronounced the word choreograph. How did she pronounce it? I tried to give the answers like phonetically. The way that I did it here was option number 1, choreograph. Option 2, choreograph. 3 was choreograph. And 4 was choreograph. Let's have a listen.
I never did things in my life, but when I was younger, I played softball. I played soccer, and I was a dancer. To me, the dancing part is more like closer to my heart because I was in love with dancing. I honestly thought I was going to make a career of it. I choreographed dances for myself to do talent shows, which I won every single one I ever did. I choreographed dances for other people. I know, right? So insane. So they could do them at talent shows. And they won, first places. They did, won second places and stuff like that.
So my intention here was with the answer being number 4, choreograph. I'm sorry if that wasn't clear, but it looks like most of you did actually guess that one. Every time I hear her pronounce that word, the secondhand embarrassment is just so real. Like, if you were going to make up last, at least learn how to pronounce them, right? Amberlynn has always known how to tell on herself. It's really amazing. All right, y'all. Honestly, I did have fun creating this quiz. Fun is kind of a weird word to use, but I did enjoy it. Honestly, I had a bunch more questions that I wrote down, but I didn't want it to be too long. I thought 10 questions might just be the right length for this kind of thing. And who knows, maybe down the line we'll do a part 2. Let me know what you think about that. If you want a part 2, let me know in the comments. But on to today's watch list. Now, obviously, I'm going to tell you to go watch The Ankle. Specifically, Jordan's Big Cherry Retro Reacts series. Big! Jordan does all different kinds of reaction videos, including ones to present day. He's been going through Vlogmas. He has his dog Goo, and they've been doing Goomas, I think he called it. Another thing that Jordan does that I really do enjoy is he does tarot readings every now and then.
Destructive behavior, materialism, codependency, toxicity. That's crazy. Oh, wow.
And no, he doesn't take it like super seriously. I do enjoy a tarot reading though, because it makes you really think and reflect on ideas you might have had going on in your head anyway, but hadn't taken the time to really like connect the dots on and think about thoroughly. So I don't know. I just think it's a little lighthearted and fun, kind of like the Gorl Games, where sure, you're a little bit entertained, but at the same time, it offers you an opportunity to reflect on Amberlynn and her behaviors. But specifically regarding this quiz and this topic, go watch his Big Cherry Retro Reacts. The first few are a little bit out of order, but then he decides to go just all the way back to the beginning and start from the very first upload. He's got some really good commentary, and his laugh and impersonations of the characters are priceless. Now, if you saw my last video, you'll know that the series by Maybe a Pigeon called Amberlynn Reid, The Nightmare Girlfriend was originally supposed to be on this watch list. But then, I fell down the rabbit hole and found the first hater and kind of got all ADHD about it. So I'm still going to put that series down in the description below in case you missed it. I do think it's a really interesting watch. It's 9 parts. It is purely dedicated to the Krystle era and how Amberlynn treated Krystle, was a bully, all the toxicity. And it pulls out so many examples of how she was treating Krystle that it makes it super clear who Amberlynn truly is. Instead of getting lost in all the other moments, Maybe a Pigeon really pulled out the ones to tell the story of the Nightmare Girlfriend. The thing is, I am convinced that anyone who doesn't see Amberlynn for who she is probably hasn't had a narcissist in their own lives. That's great for them. Honestly, I don't want people to have to experience that. Maybe a Pigeon series does a really good job of helping those who maybe have a harder time spotting narcissists and their behavior. It helps them see it clearly in Amberlynn. Links to those 2 playlists, Big Cherry Retro Reacts and Maybe a Pigeon series, are going to be down in the description below, along with the other videos that I highlighted during the results section. And that was Busy Little Bee, Beanbag and a Curry, and Despectful Content. All of which I only pulled out very short clips from, and it is well worth watching them in full. And that brings me to today's reminder. Today's reminder. It's not just superheroes that wear masks. Villains also try to hide their true identity. For today's shout out, I want to sincerely thank each and every one of you who liked and commented on, shared and subbed via my last video. You all really came through for me, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And if you still want another video to watch right now, I will put a couple options up on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Please clap. Do it. Thank you.